Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about something really important, something that affects millions of women around the world, but often gets misunderstood, misdiagnosed, or even ignored. Yeah, we are diving into endometriosis, what it is, what it feels like, and why some people need to be talking about it. Endometriosis, understanding the pain. If you've ever been told that painful periods are just part of being a woman, or you have struggled with unexplained pelvic pain, heavy bleeding, or infertility, you might already know how frustrating or isolating it can feel. Yeah, let's dive into endometriosis. Let's break it down. Endometriosis is a condition where the tissue similar to the lining of your uterus, the lining of the uterus is known as your endometrium, yeah, starts to grow outside the uterus. So usually, ideally, the lining of your uterus, which is your endometrium, starts to grow outside the uterus itself. It can show up on the ovaries, on the fallopian tubes, or even in places like the bladder, intestines, yeah. So every month during your cycle, this tissue behaves like it's supposed to, right? It thickens, it breaks down, and then you bleed. But there is nowhere for that blood to go. That's what causes inflammation, causes tissues, that is scar tissue, and then it can also cause some serious intense pain. So when that happens, there are some symptoms that are commonly seen. Yeah. So endometriosis doesn't look the same for everyone. We need to know this. But some of the most common symptoms include painful periods. These pains are beyond your normal cramps. There is pain during sex, chronic pelvic pain, heavy or irregular bleeding, fatigue, infertility issues, pain while urinating, yeah, painful bowel movements. There are also some digestive issues like bloating, constipation. So yeah, it's a cocktail of symptoms, but mostly most people receive a lot of pain, very, very heavy cramps. Yeah. So it's important we understand how we get diagnosed, since these symptoms could actually could mimic anyone with a period. Yeah. So we need to understand how is it diagnosed. The really frustrating part is, on average, it takes 7 to 10 years for someone to get proper diagnosis. And why is this? Because it's often mistaken for bad periods, right? All other conditions like IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, or pelvic inflammatory diseases, all of you will have a PID. You go to the clinic every time they're telling you have a PID. Yeah. So right now, the only definitive way to diagnose endometriosis is through a laparoscopic surgery. Yeah. Although some imaging tests can help rule out things, but the definitive diagnosis is laparoscopic surgery. Commonly, people say a keyhole surgery, whereby they just put those small holes, yeah, on the abdomen. I have people like talking about the keyholes. I think it's exciting for a lot of people. Yeah, yeah. So anyway, it's also important we understand the treatment. Yeah, there is no cure for endometriosis yet, but there are some treatment options. Yeah, there's some medical treatment, there's surgical, also assisted reproductive technology. Yeah, so pain management with NCDs, yeah, to control the pain. We also have hormonal therapy like birth control. Yeah, there are surgical options. These surgical options are to remove the lesions themselves, right? And we also have lifestyle changes, diet, stress reduction, and supportive groups can make a big difference too. Yeah. So in case you also you want to conceive, the options IVF, right? Artificial insemination. Yeah. So endometriosis isn't just bad periods. It's a serious chronic condition. Yeah. It affects the quality of life, relationships, fertility, mental health, everything. That's why we have to keep talking about it. Yeah. So I want to say, if you found this video helpful, if you have experienced endometriosis and want to share your story, drop a comment below. Let's build a community that supports, educates, also validates women's health experiences. Yeah. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so that you don't miss more videos. Yeah. Like this one. Thanks for watching, and remember, your health matters. Bye.